Guys, tell us about the STEM program. What does STEM mean? Who's involved? What's all these toys here? I'm curious. What's going on?
So we represent the Society of Automotive Engineers International, SAE International, and we are very familiar with a program called A World in Motion, and in our school we call it AWIM. And it is a wonderful STEM program from our youngest students who are in kindergarten all the way to our oldest students who are in the 8th grade.
Okay. So what's your involvement, Deborah?
Well, I'm sometimes train teachers to learn about the STEM program to bring World in Motion into their classrooms. Also, being a teacher, I had a STEM program in my classroom, and I taught 3rd grade, so I did straw rockets. It's a wonderful program. I can't say enough about it. That's why, being a retired teacher, I'm still involved in this. Children just, they don't, like, some of them are a little apprehensive about math and science, and they don't know there's so many jobs within the science field. So bringing this program in, some of them learn so much, like math isn't that hard. You know, they don't realize that every day they have math in their lives. And just another story I wanted to tell you is that we have them for every grade level. So I'll do like the primary. You want to do upper? Okay.
So before we begin, so I'm getting the idea here that we have, these are not just toys, these are actually projects, right, that the students are using based on their grade level.
Exactly.
And we call them challenges at our school.
Challenges.
And they built upon each other. Like I'm a retired teacher, but I was the kindergarten teacher at our school. And I had a program called Rolling Things. And Rolling Things gave them wonderful experiences and brand new language and vocabulary. And the wonderful thing about the lower grades is that there's also a literature component to the programs. So it's very cross-curricular. The children were having some literature, some new vocabulary, math and science, all encompassed into the same STEM challenge.
Yeah, and that's really amazing. And I think, like Deborah said, a lot of the kids maybe don't realize how much they use math in their life.
Every day.
You know what I noticed too is that the kids do things with their hands. I mean, think about their cell phone. Always fiddling with something. And they're doing that here too, right?
Right.
So we can kind of extend that dexterity, I guess, into something that's fun, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's very real and it's very authentic learning. So everything, all these challenges you see are based on engineering design models. So they learn how engineers, design things, and that engineers test more than once, and that it's okay to fail, because that's how you learn. You have to fail once in a while. You can't right away just get it. So they're learning, but they don't realize they're learning.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point, isn't
Yes,
it? So,
and Debbie had mentioned about authentic learning, so we try to make it a real life kind of experience for the children. So we marry the teachers and the schools with our local industry. So we often have engineers come into the classroom when we're teaching these programs, and the children get a real authentic feeling of what it's like to be an engineer, and get feedback from people who are actually in the profession.
that's pretty awesome. Did the engineers come in and play with the toys and help with these projects
They
too?
did. Yes, they did. Yes.
I want to do that.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. Okay, so STEM is, of course, science, right, and technology, and engineering, and math.
And math.
And so we kind of combine all of those things into these projects. So here's the toughest question of all. How do us, get involved in this program?
Well, there's all different ways that you can get involved in your local school systems. We have an awesome website that will allow people who are interested in doing that to go on the website and to find out different avenues to take. Also, if their questions are not answered on the website, there are a number of phone numbers and people to get in contact with who will help them to establish it in their school and in their community.
That's great. So we'll put the website
Yes.
and other information that we get on the STEM program in the video description down below. And so you want to be sure you look at that. Also, leave your comments. What do you guys think about STEM? Are you involved? Do you have questions for anybody? Use the comment section so that folks who know, not me, folks who know more than I, will get on there and answer those questions for you. And you know what? I think the more we all get involved in STEM, the happier and the better off we're all going to be.